Hello, Pioneers. Today is Wednesday, September 10th. My name is Maddie Patton.
And my name is Kylie Bradshaw, and welcome back to the press.
With tomorrow marking the 24th anniversary of 9/11, we'd like to throw it over to Sajitha to discuss more. Sajitha?
Thanks, Maddie. Tomorrow marks the 24th anniversary since 9/11 attacks on our nation. That morning, 19 terrorists from the extremist group Al-Qaeda hijacked 4 commercial airplanes, using them as weapons in a coordinated attack on the United States. 2 planes struck the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center in New York City, causing both skyscrapers to collapse within hours. While a 3rd plane crashed into the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., the 4th plane, United Flight 93, was headed for another target in D.C. But due to pushback from courageous passengers, the flight was forced down in a field in Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 people were killed, and the attack sent shock waves across the world, forever changing global security, air travel, and U.S. foreign policy. In the aftermath of the devastating attacks, President George W. Bush launched the global war on terror, which was aimed at eliminating groups like Al-Qaeda and the Taliban, stopping future attacks on the U.S. and its allies, cutting off the money that funds terrorism, and reducing the underlying issues like poverty and political unrest that breed terrorism. That's all from me. Now, Kellen decided to take a deeper look into the recent hurricane. Kellen?
Hey Pioneers, today we're going to take a closer look into Hurricane Aaron.
On August 11th, 2025, the National Hurricane Center, or the NHC, first identified it as a tropical disturbance moving westward over the eastern tropical Atlantic. By August 12th, 2025, it organized into a tropical depression a few hundred miles west of the Cabo Verde Islands. Major impacts happened on the southeast coast of America. Eventually, on August 21st, 2025, Hurricane Aaron weakened and transitioned into a post-tropical cyclone, shifting northeast further out into the Atlantic. However, its remnants bring stormy weather, heavy rain, and high winds, and especially significant wave activity as well.
That's all for today, Pioneers. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Kellen. Updates continue to come out of Charlotte, North Carolina, where a 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee named Irina Zarutska was fatally stabbed during a seemingly random attack aboard a light rail train on August 22nd as she made her way home from work. The suspect, 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr., a homeless man with a lengthy criminal record and mental health struggles, was arrested in connection to the crime and has since been charged with first-degree murder, with federal authorities adding charges related to causing death on a mass transit system, a crime that could bring life in prison or even the death penalty. The horrifying stabbing captured on CCTV sparked intense outrage and triggered broader debates over judicial policies, bail reform, public transit safety, and how courts handle cases involving mental illness. Politicians quickly seized on the tragedy, with some blaming soft-on-crime approaches in Democratic-led cities, while officials in Charlotte have sought to shore up public safety measures and criticize systemic lapses in handling dangerous offenders.
The U.S. Supreme Court has agreed to hear a major case on whether President Trump had the legal authority to impose broad tariffs on foreign countries. These tariffs, aimed at nations like China, Mexico, and Canada, were introduced under a law meant for national emergencies. But critics say Trump overstepped his powers. Lower courts ruled that only Congress has the right to set tariffs, not the president using emergency powers. The Biden administration is defending the move and has asked for a fast-track ruling, with arguments expected in November. Supporters claim the tariffs were necessary for national security and to pressure countries over issues like fentanyl tracking, but business groups in several states argue that the move could hurt the economy and could set a dangerous precedent for the executive overreach. Now, I decided to take a look into the recent school shooting out in Minneapolis. Hi, Pioneers. I'm Maddie Patton, and we'll be looking into the Minneapolis school shooting. Wednesday, August 27, 2025. A shooting at the Annunciation Church, which doubles as a school in Minneapolis, left 2 children, ages 8 and 10, dead, and 17 others injured. In a post on X, FBI Director Kash Patel said, quote, The FBI is investigating the shooting as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics, end quote. The attacker approached the side of a church while the children were attending Mass and fired dozens of shots through the windows using 3 firearms, a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. All of the weapons had numerous hateful phrases on the weapons. The shooter died at the scene from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The FBI later identified the shooter as 23-year-old Robin Westman. That's all from me. Now, back to the desk.
Thanks, Maddie. A startling escalation in the ongoing Israel-Hamas war unfolded yesterday as Israel carried out a targeted airstrike on Doha, Qatar, striking the Hamas political leadership headquarters as they convened to discuss a U.S.-backed Gaza ceasefire proposal. The attack, which Israel took full responsibility for, killed at least 5 lower-level Hamas members and a Qatari security officer. Qatar condemned the strike as a grave violation of its sovereignty and international law, while Washington characterized it as a counterproductive move that threatened regional peace efforts. The incident triggered widespread international backlash from Turkey, the European Union, the Arab League, and the United Nations, raising fears it could undermine fragile ceasefire negotiations.
That's all for today, Pioneers. Keep up with current events by tuning in next Wednesday for more national news. For The Juice, I'm Maddie Patton.
And I'm Kylie Bradshaw. Have a great rest of your week.